We are live on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Slightly overcast, cool, crisp fall weather. The chickens are doing very chickeny. The goats are doing very goaty. And it's just a nice overall kind of day. And as usual, guys, if we can get this stream up to 750 likes by the end of the stream, I will absolutely be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin, which is worth about over $1,000 right now. And yeah, we want to talk about what is coming this weekend. What is coming this weekend? Blessings to everybody in the name of Yeshua the Messiah, Jesus the Messiah. I do pray that everybody is blessed in many ways, not just financially. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I love doing giveaways, so when we get to 100,000 likes, I will be doing an extra 100,000 subscriptions. I will be doing an extra special Bitcoin giveaway. I'm going to be going over some different things today. Bitcoin, Ethereum, potentially even some altcoins, y'all. Potentially even some of these altcoins. So, yeah, let's get into it. Let us get into it. Yeah, I do want to do a giveaway. I do, Lancer Evo. But you know, I'm not sure if it'll be able to happen, simply because you know, I don't know if I'm going to get 750 likes. I don't know. Oh man. Okay. Let us get into this. We will be live momentarily. Please stand by. All right, y'all. Let's get right into this analysis. So, Bitcoin. Let's start with Bitcoin. On the weekly time frame, we are indeed printing a dreaded red diddly doot on the weekly time frame, aka a red dot on Market Cipher B. Now, whenever we historically print red dots on the weekly time frame, look at what happens. Red dot, get a little drop down. Red dot, right up here, get a whole week of us coming down. And right now, you can see we are, in fact, printing a red dot on the weekly time frame. And it's a little bit, honestly, it's a little bit concerning, simply because if we look at the higher term time frames here on the Bitcoin chart, it becomes abundantly clear that we put in our all-time high. And from the all-time high, if we pull our fib from the high to the low, we can see that we rejected off of a very important area of resistance, which is that Fibonacci golden pocket. And usually, if we're in a trend, whether it be an uptrend or a downtrend, the Fibonacci golden pocket is the area that we would, retrace from to continue the trend. So the question on everyone's mind is, did we put in our high, and did we just put in a lower high? And is this red dot in the weekly time frame going to bring us down to a lower low? It is very possible, guys. It is very possible. Potentially we could put in a lower low and then get a bounce to another higher high. Let me just quickly pull a fib from the dump from the cough all the way to the all-time high. And we can see that we never actually did come down and bounce off the Fibonacci golden pocket down here, which would have been a really nice retracement around 26K. So it is possible that we just come down, come out of the golden pocket, and get another move to the upside, potentially continuing this larger term uptrend that we're in from the cough dump back here. Right? So there's a lot of ways we can look at this, and this is just a very macro term time frame. But, if we're looking at the weekly and we look at where we rejected from, it doesn't necessarily look super, super strong. If we go to the daily time frame, right, we can see that we did print a red dot on the daily time frame, but we can see that the VWAP is starting to get quite sad, right? The happy wappy has indeed turned into the floppy wappy. And it's possible that we just get a red dot printing right here, very close to the zero line, which could give us a move down, especially if we get a weekend dump. Okay, if we come down to the 4-hour time frame and take a look at Market Cipher B, we can see that money flow is in fact coming down, right? We can take it all the way back from here, where we can see that the money flow, if we look at the blue money flow and just draw a line here, it is indeed coming down. And not only that, but as we were continuing to come up this whole run up, we were putting in these bearish divergences with money flow and momentum waves. And right now we did print that red dot on the 4-hour. It was not able to come up above the previous red dot, showing just a general direction of downward momentum. Now, on the other side of that, we can see that the 4-hour VWAP is starting to point up. We can see that the 2-hour VWAP is currently crossing above that zero line, giving us a nice green dot right here. Okay, a nice little green dot. And currently, my current trade right now is I am in a scalp long. I'm in a scalp long. This was a scalp setup that I posted in here this morning in my potential scalp trade setups channel in the VIP Discord. Basically where we're looking for this to happen, where we wanted to see a potential scalp out of this golden pocket area. Ideally, we would come and take out the last low, and we would want our confirmations to be bullish divergences on the 24-minute time frame and down. And we did, in fact, get that trade set up here. We came down, we dipped below the actual entry point just a little bit, was in drawdown for a little bit, but then we did end up hitting take profit 1 right here at the red line, and then we did smash into take profit 2 right here at this green line. And so that trade is currently locked in profits right now. That's currently the only trade I'm in besides my swing trades, right? I'm still in a Bitcoin short from up here, and I'm still in my Bitcoin longs from way down yonder, okay? But as far as scalp trades go and day trades go, the only trade I've taken today, as far as Bitcoin goes, is the long from this wick down here, okay? Personally, and we can see that the green dot has faded away. Personally, there's a few different scenarios that I could see playing out right here, okay? We do have some important levels of support and resistance that we need to keep in our mind. First of all, a major resistance that we have above us is this Fibonacci golden pocket that we have yet to come to. In fact, I didn't realize it, but we did reject the top that we put in right here around 48K. If we go down to a lower time frame, we can see that we actually did reject off of a very significant area of resistance, which was if we pull the fib from this wick right here to the low, you can see that we rejected right out of the golden pocket for this fib pull. But I would expect us to actually come to a higher area of resistance. I find it unlikely that from the high to the low that we would just reject somewhere in the middle of here. I'm actually looking to higher resistances. And something else that we could say potentially for Bitcoin is that we're forming a bull flag, right? We could be forming some kind of a flag where we are now trading in this downward channel, which would honestly give us a target, a target of, let's just copy and paste this trend line here. If we break out of here, this could give us a target back up to this kind of area up here. Now, why is this significant? Well, that is significant because we do have a daily level of resistance up here, right on the target of that bull flag. So for me, whether or not we're going to pump or dump this weekend, I cannot say for sure, because we can see on the daily time frame money flow is getting thicker. We can see the 4-hour is the floppy woppy starting to look happy. We can see the potential that we have right now on the 1-hour time frame to, even if we come down a little bit more, we're starting to have the potential to print some kind of a divergence here. At first it looked like we were potentially going to print a bullish divergence on the 1-hour right here. We ended up not doing that. But there are levels lower than this that I am currently looking for a bullish divergence. I did just post those in the Discord. But really, for me, if we do pump over the weekend, which we have been doing, I would be looking to this area or this general area for a rejection. And if we dump from this area, then of course we know there's lower levels that we can look for. If we just come to a higher time frame and pull fib from our swing low down here to the high that we put in right here, we can see that there are fib levels below us. We did come down to get that bounce off the 382. Actually, we got a bounce perfectly off the watermelon juice level. Let's see. Well, I'm not going to pull it up here, but in the Discord here, we were looking at this level called the watermelon juice level for a very long time, since the very beginning of September. Let's see if I can find it. Where is the watermelon juice level? It's way back, way back. We're looking at the watermelon juice level. It was a good level. Yeah, the watermelon juice level at 42.3. We can see it right here. Watermelon juice at 42.3. Noticing there's so much confluence down here at 42.333. It is interesting just to notice that we did come down and get a bounce literally off of the watermelon juice level wait a second, that's 42.6. Where's the watermelon juice level? Then maybe I was wrong, guys. I might have been wrong about the watermelon juice level. Well, what do you know? I'm totally wrong about the watermelon juice level. But I know that this was a level of confluence that we had marked on our chart somehow in some way. But my point is that there's levels below us that if we do, in fact, come back down into this area, we have levels below us that we can look for if we do get a weekend dump. Honestly, on the higher time frames, things are looking a little bit weaker. On the lower time frames, things are looking a little bit neutral, and so I'm kind of neutral. Now, if this really is the top that we put in right here, then we can also be pulling our fib from this low to this high to be looking for local retracements. We could also pull our fib from this low to this high to be looking for other local retracements. And by the way, guys, if this is all crazy sounding to you and it does not make any sense, then check out jasoncaspertrading.com, because this course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a more confident, more profitable trader, where we go through everything you need to know on technical analysis, and we give it to you in a step-by-step, methodical, systematic approach. And the goal of the course is to give you the skills you need to actually have a strategy for entering and exiting trades, and also using good risk management so that you will be profitable over time. Now, of course, none of this is financial advice. This is entertainment only. But the thing is, if you take these principles and put them into practice, I can at least guarantee that you're not going to lose a lot of money. Because it's impossible to lose a lot of money if you're using a good trading strategy with good risk management. And you're going to learn how to find trade setups like the Bitcoin Scalp that we entered today, where you can see you're going to be able to have a plan in advance where, we're looking at the chart, we're looking at levels, we're looking at Market Cipher, we're saying, we're coming up with a plan. We're like, if A, B, C, and D happens, then we will enter the trade. And oftentimes, not every time, oftentimes those trades turn out pretty well. And by the way, if you do want to get into the VIP Discord, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Jason Casper, /Jason Casper. Interesting price action we have here, guys. So the bottom line is I'm completely neutral as to whether or not we're going to pump or dump this weekend. Something that is important just to keep in mind is the fact that we were trading in this range right here for a number of days. We broke out of the range, and now we're actually back into it just before the weekend. And if we pull a fixed volume range here, we can see that we are actually back within the value area, which is very significant, back within the value area. The reason why this is so significant, y'all, is because when we are trading in a range, oftentimes when we come out of the value area high, which is designated by these candles here, right? When the candles become grayed out, that means we're out of the value area. And if we come out of the value area and we retest it as our support and continue upwards, that's a good sign that we're going to continue upwards. However, if we come out of the value area and we come back into it and we're unable to hold this value area as our support, then it's very likely that we will come back down to the center point of the range, the area where the most volume was traded. This white line right here is called the point of control of the range. And basically, it means that most of the Bitcoin that was traded back and forth from September 7th all the way to our current present day, September 17th, was traded at the price of $46,052.50. And so now that we're trading back within these candles, it is very possible that we come down to this area, and if we lose this and retest it as a resistance, it's very possible that we come back down to the low of this area. And of course, really just taking this level by level, once we lose important supports, it's very likely that we come lower. So if we lose this support down here, which was our support 3 times in a row, and we come below it, retest, it's very likely that we do come back lower. And so, as for me and my overall outlook on the market for the weekend, things look very neutral. The higher time frames are looking slightly bearish. The medium time frames are looking pretty neutral. Money flow on the 1 hour is coming down, okay? Money flow on the 2 hour is also coming down. And momentum on the 2 hour is coming down. Momentum on the 4 hour, we don't really know yet, but the VWAP is looking like it's going to point up. So I'm very, very neutral. I'm very, very neutral. I'm simply just waiting for, something to happen. I'm waiting for one of my trade setups that I've been planning for to get triggered, and that's really the only thing that I am planning to do during this time. Ethereum is also looking kind of similar to Bitcoin. Let me pop into the chat real quick just to say what's up to everybody. Vlad Rotar says there's a 24-minute hidden bullish divergence. What's going on, Evanaldo? Shout out to Evanaldo. Guys, make sure to go check out Evanaldo's YouTube channel. Let me see. Shout out to Carl from the Moon, by the way. Carl from the Moon, what altcoin do you regret not buying? Dogecoin, honestly. Yeah, Carl. Carl, I regret Dogecoin, man. So, go to youtube.com. Check out Evanaldo's YouTube channel, guys. He does some good technical analysis right here. Good old Evanaldo. Check him out. Give him some likes. Give him some subs. I'm sure everyone here is probably already subscribed to Evanaldo. I mean, you got to admire the artwork, Evanaldo. Look at this. Litecoins, Bitcoins, Ethereum's just flying through outer space. You got Market Cipher on the chart. Good stuff, bro. Good stuff. Going for walks, talking about life. He's a cool guy, Have to have you back on the channel, bro. Bitcoin needs to make it clap. It would be cool to have a live stream with me, Evan, and CryptoFace. Shout out to Lady and Crypto. Thank you for the kind words. Shout out to Or Etes. What's going on, man? Neil says Bitcoin will go back to the low 20s and at worst the teens. Perhaps. Rob McLaurin says the VIP Discord is a fantastic community. That could be true. Shushant Kumar, hey, I have a question. Why don't you trade on quarterly contracts so that you don't have to pay funding fees? I'm not really even sure how to do that, man. I actually don't know how to do that. So we'll have to see. I'll have to look into that. JMob also longed 46.7. That's cool. Yeah, I've already locked in the trade. So how's it looking right now? Let's take a look at how the trade's looking. I mean, it's not too bad, but I have to be honest. This 24-minute time frame is not looking the best, and the 12-minute time frame is also printing a red dot right now, just showing a lower high in price and momentum. So, personally, and you guys know, if you're in the Discord, I do have another area where I'm looking for a long locally here. But yeah, this is currently the scalp long that I'm in right now. So that was a good entry. A really good entry, man. 46.7. That's super low. You caught that right at the bounce of the 618. So nice job on that one. Nice job on that one. What do I think about dependence of crypto market with the S&P 500? You mean how they move together, or how they are not moving together lately? I don't really follow the stock market at all. I do not. So I cannot really comment on that. But Market Matt, when am I going to leave? What do you mean? Leave what? America? I don't know when I'll be able to. Shout out to B5ManL, who's bullish on the Jason Casper YouTube channel. Yeah. Cool. Well, if we just take a look at the Bitcoin chart here, and we go to the daily time frame, let's just mark out some important levels and do a little bit of analysis. So, right now, like I said, the two main resistances that we have above us are that daily level at about 52.7, and then I would say also this golden pocket right here at about 49K, give or take. I think that there's a lot of confluence there for us getting some kind of a rejection either here or here. And then as far as our supports go, well, we do have the fib pull from down here, which we did get a really nice bounce off of that golden pocket, but we also have the 786 level down here. Until we come back down, and this is a very important level right here. This where we actually did come down to from the dump on the high of 53K, give or take. This golden pocket retracement, it was a very, very important area to bounce off of, because we can see that this is actually the doorway back into what used to be our resistance, right? Is our resistance. Now it's shown that it's our support, and we did get a move to the upside from there. So that is very strong. And looking at the daily money flow, I do think it is possible that we come up more, but we're gonna have to get a push up. We're really gonna have to get a push up. This could turn out to be a bull flag, right? Possible, but this could also just be, a lower high. This could just be a lower high. And we know weekends are areas of times of very low volume, and it doesn't take much for the price to move. It doesn't take much for that price to move, because because there's less money trading in the market. It's easier to move the price with smaller orders, right? It's easier to move that price with smaller orders. How do I feel about the secret network? I'm not really sure how I feel about the secret network. Oh, when am I going to get out of the long? Well, I just kind of have my stop loss at the entry, and if it gets stopped out, it gets stopped out in profit. I'm hoping it keeps coming up more, but I do have actually, hang on here. Let's take a look. What's happening with Bitcoin? What's happening? We are dropping down here to a lower level. And if we do come to a lower level here, I have the areas that I'm looking to get back into the long, right? So I have the areas I'm looking to get back into, especially if we print a bullish divergence on the 12-minute time frame, right? If we do something like this, I mean, to me, that's clear to get back into a scalp long. But for right now, my long trade is still currently open, and I'm just gonna hold it. That's how I trade. I really, when I do trade, whoa, what is this? Oh, okay. Yeah, when I do trade, guys, I am always making sure that my trades are taking profit along the way out, and that I'm not losing money. Like, step number one for me is not to lose money. And then step number two is to make the money. And so if I enter a trade down here, then I'm taking profit out here, I'm taking profit out here, and I'll have my stop loss right at my entry. And the profits that I've taken out will more than cover the market fee, and I'll leave the trade with more money than I started. But once in a while, these scalp trades, right, they'll just run forever, right? They will run forever. Like, like for example, Solano, I didn't know how intense, how awesome of a trade this was going to be, but I shorted it from $214, and I didn't know that this was going to just keep going on like this. And so, I took profits out here. I took profits out here. I kept taking profits out along the way down. It's currently up 500%. It's pretty high leverage too. Risked, 1% of my trading capital on it. Lots of contracts though, because super high leverage, and as high leverage as I could make it actually for Solana. And we can see that it's it's actually continuing downwards. But it's possible we get a little bit moved to the upside. In fact, I did enter a Solano trade today also during the VIP live stream I did today for altcoins. I entered a trade based on the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy right here. Low leverage trade. And, I took some profits out of it. Stop loss to my entry. I'm not sure if it's been stopped out or not. But, it's a low leverage trade. But, there's still trades you could make with it. It's possible to get a move up here on Solano, simply because look at the 1 hour. We're getting that anchor trigger, and the 4 hours printing a big old juicy BitBoy green dot. So, I am possibly expecting another move up on Solano. But yeah, that Solano short was absolutely epic, in my opinion. Absolutely epic. It's interesting though. High leverage can be a really good way to mitigate risk. Meaning, you can put a lot of contracts on the trade while only risking a very little amount of capital. And if you have a good entry, then you can do it successfully because you're risking very little to potentially gain a lot, right? Some people use leverage in an inappropriate way. Because if you're using 20x leverage, for example, some people will put 100% of their capital onto the trade, right? They'll just slide that lever in Bybit up to 100% or 50% and enter a long. But if you slide that lever up to, if you have 20x on, right, and you slide that lever to 1%, right, you're able to put a lot of contracts on the trade. And even if that thing gets liquidated, you're only losing 1%. Now, I personally use a loose stop loss at like 75% because the loose stop loss will make it so that I don't have to pay the liquidation fee, and it'll kind of average out where I'm losing 1% of my account if I use that stop loss at negative 75%. But that's the way to use leverage where you're not going to wreck yourself, but you could potentially like make some good gains on it. What's going on, Zara Johnson, man? Part of the Cloud crew in the house. Shout out to Ionut Sandhu. Just came back from a concert, but is watching the live stream. Appreciate that. What's going on, Mihai Pinzariu? Glad to see you in here, man. God bless you. Yeah, bet a little to win a lot. That's the way you do it with leverage. Shout out to Jake Lightning, who appreciates the risk management video I released. Yeah. We have an uneven butt cheek on the 1 hour for Bitcoin right now. I don't think so. I do not think so. No, we do not. We do not. See, we want to see it the other way. For an uneven butt cheek pattern, what we want to see is we want to see the momentum waves come up like this and the price coming down like this. Okay, that's a real uneven butt cheek. The uneven butt cheek is a powerful pattern. Okay, uneven butt cheeks are powerful, but you have to make sure the right glute is the weak glute. If the left glute is the weak glute here, that's actually a sign that we're going to come down lower, right? It's actually a sign that we are going to come down lower. And so you got to be careful with that. For a real uneven butt cheek pattern, we need to be in a downtrend, right, where we have big moves down, small moves up, big moves down, small moves up. And then Market Cipher B, we want to see the 1 hour time frame doing something like this, where it comes down, and then it comes up and prints a red dot. Then it comes down, prints a green dot, and then comes up, and then prints a red dot, and then a green dot like this, so that we can see that the price is coming lower, but the momentum is getting higher. And this works best if we fall into a area of support, like perhaps a Fibonacci golden pocket, right? Something like that, mixed with like a daily level, mixed with like a high volume node, mixed with like a naked daily point of control, mixed with like a what else? Everything. The more things we can get there, the better, right? That's what we want to see. with the uneven butt cheek pattern. But the right butt cheek has to be higher than the left butt cheek. If the left butt cheek is higher than the right butt cheek, well, I'll tell you what, you're going to have some problems sitting down, okay? You're going to have some problems. You're going to always be sitting crooked. Always sitting crooked. For sure. Let's see. People are talking about politics. I don't like to talk about politics, especially not on YouTube. Shout out to Jimmy Rippey. May God bless you. Yeah, Ethereum has an uneven butt cheek on 1 hour. That is absolutely true. Now, Ethereum, this is an uneven butt cheek here. And the reason I'm not long on Ethereum right now is because I'm looking for lower to long Ethereum. And if I miss it, honestly. But I only like to trade my trading levels. And right now, you know, we're in an objectively downtrend. And also, you know, I can see that money flow is curving down. So I'm not going to long just based on the uneven butt cheek pattern. I want to see a level as well. And the reason I longed Bitcoin was because we did have a level, right? We had a level which was the golden pocket Fibonacci level right down here, which was also our range low area. So I saw some confluence there, and I knew what I was looking for, and this was the trade setup. And you know, it did well, right, for a scalp, right? I divided now my trading Discord where I have scalp trades and swing trades so that people don't get confused, because, you know, when I scalp, you got to be quick with these scalps, right? You got to be super quick with them. But by the way, if anybody wants to get into the Discord, you can do that by going to patreon.com/Jason Casper. You can, I have a discount right here. You can check out the discount. Boom. You can join the Patreon by going here. Sorry, I have a discount for the trading course. This is the Discord. Also, guys, if you do want to trade on Bybit or PHEMEX, you can use my affiliate links. You don't have to, of course. And I think there might still be a 25% Market Cipher discount using the code JIMBO. Let's see here. Can I talk about politics on YouTube? No, you can't. You actually get banned for that, for talking about certain politics. But I will say this, that I do absolutely love Joe Biden, and I absolutely hate Donald Trump. I hate him. He's orange, and he's racist, and he's an idiot. You know, all those things. You can't talk about this either on YouTube, Alexander, because you will get for some reason they will take your content off. Shout out to the Crypto Bull, who says scalp versus swing trades was a great idea. And honestly, guys, I have to be honest. I literally hate. I shouldn't say I hate. I love all human beings, but when it comes to politics, you know, anybody, I think, is a bad person to be in. Given the choices we've had in the past forever, I can't think of one person who I actually think was a decent person. Okay, so I can't actually talk about my true political views on here, but they're very unconventional. Okay, very unconventional. Of course, I'm going to trade throughout the bear market. Of course, I am. I was just talking about this in my VIP stream. The risk management video, Phil, I forget if I do have some, it might have been the one there's one in the course, and I posted one also in the VIP Discord, in the Bitcoin Scalp channel, earlier this week when I was entering all those short trades, just so people knew right here how I was actually dealing with these trades. Okay, and I guess the URL is right here if you want to pause your screen and type it in. But other than that, it's in the course, and it's in the VIP Discord. Yeah, people bring up politics for no reason. You know, this guy is the only guy who I think might be, you know, decent. I like his father a lot. I agree, Ethan. Yeah, Biden is so smart and articulate. He is, yes. Yeah, I like him. Amen, Adrian. No matter how much the society decays, Christ will be victorious. That is so true. The course is video-based. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. And Ethan is taking the course. I've never heard of Boss Token Super Mario. I've heard of Super Mario, though. Yeah. Art Riel just longed. Is there a dump coming this weekend? Okay, so I already have said, but the thing is, I do not know if we're going to pump or dump this weekend because looking at the chart, things are very, very neutral. Okay, higher time frames lean more bearish, lower time frames are neutral. It is possible that because of the 4-hour time frame that's starting to bottom out and the 2-hour time frame that's starting to bottom out, okay, that we come in this general zone right here that we're in, we can get a pump during the weekend because we did just print the green dot on the daily, even though the happy wappy is looking floppy woppy. We cannot ignore the fact that it's still a green dot. And, usually the first green dot in the 4-hour we get after that green daily dot gives us a move to the upside. And so I would not be at all surprised in the slightest if we pump this weekend. But on the other side, that Bitcoin, guys, we have an 8-hour red dot, right, that still needs to play out. We have a 12-hour red dot currently printing, okay? Money flow coming down, right? It's pretty neutral looking, so we just need to mark out our levels and take our trades accordingly, right? We need to mark out our levels of support and resistance and trade our levels according to the confirmations that we get on Market Cipher. My recommendation for a computer, you don't even need a computer. You just need a phone. You need anything. You just have to have an internet connection. Shout out to T. Diddy, who's enjoying the political channel. Yeah. Shout out to Angel for Truth for the Canary Cry News Talk reference. And let's see. Yeah, if we get 750 likes, Bitcoin will pump by 20%. Is it possible to trade without Market Cipher? Asked Lewis. Of course, it's possible to trade. People have been trading without Market Cipher for billions of years, right? Billions of years since the first humans crawled out of the earth about 1.5 billion years ago, or was it 100,000? I don't know, but people have been trading without Market Cipher for a long time, right? Ancient caveman Neanderthals, back in our early days of evolution, were just trading. They were trading each other. I'll give you this rock for this stick and all stuff like that, right? But I find that Market Cipher makes it much easier. Makes it much, much easier to trade because it's much better than the other indicators like the RSI and the McDonald's. It really is better in my opinion. The money flow is such a powerful tool. The momentum waves, look at how beautiful they are. So lumpy and humpy. Yeah. Rich Buddy says, don't buy a computer at Costco. What's my political channel? Oh, this is it, of course. This is 100% political. That's true, Aaron. We're much more biblical than political around here. This is a biblical crypto channel. How do you feel about the big potential cup and handle forming in the total crypto market cap? Interesting, Jake Lightning. I have not noticed that. I have not noticed that. Shout out to Mass Nokas. Today, Market Matt, you do not get to see my face. I don't have my camera set up today. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Okay, so Patrick Mulligan asks a really good question. If he takes a trade off the 1-hour time frame, should he stick with the 1-hour time frame? I actually prefer to use a multitude of time frames in order to enter and exit trades. So, for example, I might look for an uneven butt cheek pattern on the 1 hour in order to enter a trade. So, for example, let's go back in time to a long that I'm pretty sure we took. I forget, right? We've been taking so many trades, so many juicy trades in the Discord, and trades that I've taken and not taken. I'm sure a lot of people took this trade, right? So if I didn't take it, let's go back to the trade that a lot of people took because it was just such an obvious one. We come to the 1 hour time frame. We see massive confirmation that we are coming up. Okay, let's just take a look and see what we would have seen as we were about to enter this long here. We see money flow on the 1 hour coming up. We see the VWAP coming up. We see that we're coming down to a low, which actually was, if we look here, look at this, right? I mean, actually, hang on. Oh, man. I thought I could have sworn that was a golden pocket. Well, it's not, okay? It's not a golden pocket, but it is a 786 fib level, right? So we come down to our 786 fib level, and we can see on the 1 hour that we're getting the green dot. We had a massive pump. We had a massive dump. We can see the momentum is coming up, but like, look at this, right? The 1 hour red dot has not even printed yet, okay? So we're using the 1 hour to kind of judge the overall macro environment, but then we do want to go down to the lower time frames to see what is happening on these lower time frames. We come down to the lower time frames, and you know we can. It's still not 100% clear, right? Not until we come down to maybe the 3 minute time frame, and on the 3 minute time frame, if we zoom out and we take a look back yonder, we can see that we absolutely are getting bullish divergences on the 3 minute as we're coming right to that level, right? And so what we want to do is we want to look at the higher time frames, but then we want to look at the lower time frames to give us more detail on what the higher time frames are telling us, right? Because we could see an uneven butt cheek pattern forming on the 1 hour, okay? We could see this on the 1 hour. We could see this, okay? And on the 1 hour, we might be able to also see the butt cheeks like this, where we've got, you know, a nice low wave, and then we have a red dot on Market Cipher B, and then we have a super low wave, and then we have a red dot on Market Cipher B, and then it looks like we're going to print a higher wave, right? It looks like we could say, okay, on the 1 hour, we're getting a bullish div, right? But we don't know the details of that bullish div. If we go down to the 6 minute time frame, and the 6 minute time frame Market Cipher B is looking like this, where momentum just keeps coming down and money flow is coming down, we know that this wave is probably going to come down more, right? But on the other side of that Bitcoin, the lower time frames will help us to see into the future of what's going to happen on the higher time frames. Because if we see this divergence forming on the 1 hour, we also see divergences, money flow forming and coming up on the lower time frames, then we can have a pretty good idea that the trade will go in our favor, and we can trust that 1 hour. So if you're already long based on the 1 hour, you might want to look at those lower time frames, because if you see bearish divergences starting to form on a lower time frame, and you see money flow coming down on a lower time frame, then you know it's very possible that you might want to at least take a chunk of profit out of that trade. You know what I'm saying? You might want to take a chunk of profit out of that trade. Yeah, so Pimpole says the dumpy weekend coming 100%. The Bible saves, crypto doesn't. That's so true. I can't stand when people talk about the cryptocurrency gospel. Yeah, crypto's not going to save us, guys. Crypto's not going to end the government either. I hate to break it to you. Boss token, I can't really look at Boss token right now. I don't have time. Alternatives to Market Cipher. I mean, honestly, just the basic stuff, right? RSI, stochastic RSI, McDonald's. That's what I used before Market Cipher, and I'll never go back. Shout out to Vaughn, who's been a member of the Patreon for the last month, and it's been amazing. The content is insane, and honestly, a great community. Yeah, praise God for the community. I'm glad that we have that Discord community. Shout out to Crypto Yacht, by the way. Shout out to Crypto Yacht. Let's check out what's happening with Bitcoin, because I just got a trading alert here. Um, okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Um, yeah, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens here. We might just put in a higher low. I don't know. Crypto Yacht is bearish and he's drinking beer this weekend. It's going to be a chicken drinking water weekend? I hope so. Oh, shout out to TK who named some virtual land in my name in Earth 2. Okay, cool. Daniel, what's going on? My shredder friend. What if the CBs start buying all the Bitcoin? I don't know what the CBs are, man. But if they do... Oh, oh, yeah, I know what they are. If they do, which they probably are, then... it's very possible that Bitcoin, or at least our current blockchain ecosystem, will be the groundwork from which the new CB DCs are built upon, right? Like everything's running on the Ethereum network or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows anything? Honestly, we're at the point in life where it's impossible to know anything. I mean... for certain, unless like, everything's so manipulated and controlled, it would be kind of hard to believe that Bitcoin is not also super controlled by these guys already. ETH is going to hit a golden pocket soon, that's true. If the miners did not move out of China, we would have lost all our money. Interesting. Yeah, guys. Well, I'm going to have to cut the stream here, but looks like somebody gave me a super chat, and I have to shout them out. Shout out to Cordell Corn Icky. Can you check to see if Boss Token is legit? I'm curious with all the comments in the chat. I don't have time right now, Cordell, honestly. But maybe in the future I will. When can you see me live scalping? Well, I've live scalped on this channel before. Basically, if there's an opportunity that comes up in the middle of a stream, I take it, right? That's how I roll, right? Y'all remember the Rocky Music day, right? Probably not everyone does, but there's this day where I took a scalp and we put on the Rocky theme song to try and get pumped up, to try and pump up that Bitcoin price. We were doing it. Do I check the Bitcoin longs and shorts in Bitfinex? I don't, but what I do sometimes is I look at the longs and shorts opening up in EXO charts. Super Mario is in here shilling Boss Token. Well, Super Mario, make sure to like the video while you're shilling, all right? That's true, yeah. We do scalp in the VIP Discord. We scalp in there, seriously. Shout out to Patrick Mulligan. Shout out to Zaire. Yeah, the Rocky Music Day. That was a good day. That was a good stream. All right, guys, I'm going to have to cut this stream, though, because it is nearing the end of the day, and I have tomorrow is the Sabbath day. It's got a lot of stuff coming up, guys. Got a lot of holidays coming up. Got a lot of stuff coming up, but appreciate you guys for being here. So receive this blessing in Hebrew. I'm a huge Hebrew nerd. And the purpose of this blessing is to place the name of the Lord upon you and to bless you. And it goes like this: Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. B'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Yisrael, which means in English, may the Lord bless you and may the Lord protect you. May He cause His light to shine upon you and may He have grace upon you. And may the Lord turn His face towards you and give you completeness and peace in the name of Jesus, the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen. All right, guys. I will, hopefully, Lord willing, see y'all next week. Peace.